Hey guys, welcome to Flat Top King. We're back inside today. We're cooking in the crock pot because it's bone chilling cold. I went out. Let me show you what we got. Beef pot roast, and we got a twofer. We're doing this and vegetable soup right after this. You guys want to see how we make it? Here we go. Alrighty, I promised you guys some crock pot dishes. What better way to introduce a crock pot dish than when it's 6 degrees? I think the high today is 6 degrees. Right now it's 3 degrees. And you guys can imagine, we're kind of keeping it indoors while this cold blast comes through. Looks like in a couple days that the temperature's going to be rising and we should be good to go. Ready to get back outside. I can tell you one thing. This is the longest I've been inside and I'm ready to get outside. So I can understand all the people out there that's commented before. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Pot roast. I think it's probably the #1 thought of dish when it comes to a crock pot. The reason why I'm showing you this is because not only do I like pot roast, but there's something else I like better. It's kind of like a 2-for-1 dish. Growing up, now granted I've kind of got my twist on it. My grandmother, I live with my grandmother, would make pot roast. And then when the end of the pot roast, we would have vegetable soup. Now I know what you're thinking, you can't have vegetable soup when you have beef. I agree. That's just what we had, right? So the idea is we're gonna make pot roast today. And then we're gonna show you, like the end product. And then I'm gonna make beef vegetable soup out of the leftovers. And that's gonna be incorporated in the video as well. So it's 2 videos in one. This is the only reason why I make pot roast, I think, or beef roast, is because of the vegetable soup later. It's my all-time favorite. I swear by it. Absolutely love it. To get started, let's look at the list of ingredients. We have a beef roast. Luckily enough, it was discontinued or whatever it's called, like the last day of, and I was like, heck yeah, let's take advantage of that. Mushrooms, tomato paste, tomato sauce, some beef bouillon, garlic, celery, onions, carrots, some small potatoes, and we found this. This is a roasting herb blend. It's got parsley, rosemary, and thyme. So that was a good deal. Let's get some vegetable work done. My skillet's heating up. We need to sear off the pot roast before it goes into the crock pot. It's very important. Tons of flavor. Recommend it all the time. 3 pounds, 3 ounces. All right, nice heavy coating on there. If you guys are interested, this recipe will be on Pellets and Pits, the seasoning mix. It's one of my favorites. It's just a home blend of seasoned salt, garlic powder, coarse salt, and coarse pepper. Make sure you get all the sides. See the nice marbling, the nice fat running through there. Nice thick piece of meat. Should be good right there. All right, we got some beef tallow. You can use oil, something like that. I'd probably stay away from butter just because of the high temps. All you're doing is looking for color. You don't have to worry about overheating or anything. While this is getting seared off, we're going to start prepping our vegetables. That looks good right there. Looking good. The celery's not a big deal because we actually don't eat the celery. It's more for flavor. One thing I will say is the one reason why I decided to do it like this, and the only reason really, and why we don't change it up that much when we make a beef roast, is because of my love for the soup afterwards. So, can you add wine? Yes. Can you add other ingredients? Yes. Can you make it thicker? Yes. That's not what this is about. This is about how we make it and what comes afterwards. So
we'll have pot roast tonight and then vegetable soup tomorrow night.
If I could have it vice versa, I would. Potatoes are your choice. When they're this big, I just like to quarter them or half them. But I definitely like to cut them because I feel like the broth definitely is able to get inside the potato and flavor the potato a little bit more. All right, we got some parsley, a small thing of rosemary, and then thyme. Beef roast should look seared, something like that. great flavor. Dump all of our veg in there. Yeah, fantastic flavor as well. So to that, add about a tablespoon of tomato paste. Little beef bouillon. Add that water. Let's deglaze that pan, get all that fond up, all that flavor. Can of tomato sauce. Just bring that up to a boil, and then we're going to add this to the crock pot. Put the lid on, we'll put it on high, and let her go. We'll show you what it looks like at the end. Alrighty, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That means it has been on there for about 5.5 hours. What I like to do is turn my crock pot off about an hour, hour and a half before we eat. It calms everything back down. We always talk about resting meat. I very rarely see people take meat out of the crock pot and let it rest. It just blows my mind. We cook it in all the other methods, smoking, oven, grilling, and we let our meat rest. But I very rarely see it. Doesn't mean it doesn't happen, but I very rarely see it happening in a crock pot. So let the meat rest. Let all those juices absorb, calm down, and this is what we're left with. Now, some people might want to thicken up their sauce from here. I agree wholeheartedly. Considering we make soup out of this, typically we don't go that route. So I just like to pull a little beef. And then I'm a veg kind of guy. I love the carrots, love the potatoes. I mean, just pulls away with a spoon. I'm telling you, if you notice, sometimes in a crock pot, meat can overcook. And I'm like 100% anti-overcooked meat. So just don't let it cook all day and all night, you know?
So it cooked on high for 5.5 hours, and then you turned it off and just left it in the crock pot for 1 hour.
Mm-hmm. Taste that right there.
Mmm.
Notice we didn't add any seasonings to like the sauce at all. You know, we season the meat heavily. Heavy. We meat, yeah, whatever the word that is. And that seasoning carries through. The mushrooms are good. I'll show you right here. This is like my all-time favorite bite right there. On like a cold winter day, snow's falling, temperature's dropping. This is where it's at. Alrighty, it's the next day. It's the best time of the year. We just refrigerated the whole crock pot just the way it is. What I like to do is skim off the fat. Forgive me, Lord, I have sinned. Fat is flavor, and I hate doing it, but with soup, I'm very particular, so I just skim off all the fat. You can keep the fat if you want to, not for me. Taking the little celery chunks out as I go as well. And that looks pretty good. I'm not worried about getting all of it out. Okay. To this is exactly what we did. Love it or hate it, don't really care. This is what we did. Canned green beans, canned corn, diced tomatoes, a little bit more beef broth, lima beans, and peas. And literally, it's the dump method.
Super easy dinner the next day.
One can of water, and then there we go. We'll let this come together, heat up. And I'm not going to adjust the seasonings until everything comes back up to temperature, because the fats have flavor in them. They haven't dissolved. You just want all that stuff to cook down. Now that is a quick, easy crock pot dinner, and this is my favorite. This is literally my favorite. Alrighty, so now's the time, and now it's kind of where it gets like a little bit embarrassing. But this is the truth. I've never shied away from the truth, good, bad, or ugly. So let me show you. Here's a little trick. I didn't feel like reaching for my lid. You can use bowls or like the back of skillets. I'm boiling some noodles for my daughter. She's having spaghetti tonight.
They will not, and I mean will not touch vegetable soup. It drives me nuts. I think it's the world's greatest. I call it vegetable soup because all I do is add vegetables. Obviously, there's beef in it. The only thing I added was salt, pepper, and I know it sounds crazy. I know it does. Bear with me. About 3 good squirts of ketchup. Barely the sweetness, the thickness of the ketchup, and the tomato is just exactly what I want. So, this is my bowl. Actually, really, I'll just take a spoon to the whole thing. But this is what you're left with. Now, if that don't look like vegetable soup, I don't know what does. That, to me...
I know you're excited.
Crackers and butter. If anybody wants to comment below, old school white bread and butter or crackers and butter. I don't even want to hear it. Yes, I know it's bad for you. Yes, I'm still serving myself up a portion.
You need a bigger bowl.
There we go. There's my plate of soup. All right, folks, that does the crock pot edition. We are expecting warmer weather. We're expecting rain. I cannot wait to get outside. I've been crammed in the house for over a week, and the griddle is calling my name. If you guys are interested, we have a join button down below. It's a membership program. We thank each and every one of you for taking time for doing so. You can check us out on The Griddle Group on Facebook, where some people said, hey, throw some crock pot recipes in there. We'd love to see them. That's what we did. Plus, this was a twofer. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to press that subscribe button, pound the notification button, share with your friends. Peace!
Excited, honey.
I mean, just look at it.
You're so weird. That looks so bad.
Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me?
Not my cup of tea.
It's my cup of soup.
I was gonna say...